don't know how many minutes it is after the game, but I haven't given one thought to next year or what's next. I just haven't. I mean, we were in the middle of a series, and I haven't thought about next year at all.
Mark Jones, ESPN. Stan, what did you tell your team? Where do you begin to console them in the wake of this defeat?
Well, you know what? I don't know if you can console anybody. It's very, very difficult. Mark, I didn't have a lot to say tonight. I mean, I feel the same way they did, and I thank them for what they did this year. They were a great group to work with. They busted their ass all year, and attitude-wise and stuff, they were great. I thanked them for that, and that was about it. There was obviously sort of the last game of the year. I mean, it's always really hard because what you're used to doing as a coach is you're trying to say whatever it is you say with an eye on the next game or what's next. And when you hit the last game of the year, there's nothing. So there's really not a lot to say as a coach.
Right here, Coach. Yaron Telpaz from Israel. Other than the first game, was this the best the Lakers played, or was it something that you guys did that let them play this way?
Well, I mean, I thought it was both. I thought that, we came off, got out to a great start, and I thought they did a very good job weathering the storm. Where the game turned, even though for the game, 13 turnovers, not great, but it's not awful. But we hit that second quarter, we just didn't handle the ball at all, ran them into easy opportunities, and I thought it really turned on that. But I think if you just look, I mean, they're plus 11 on the boards, plus 11 at the free throw line. And, they're 8 for 16 from 3, and we're 8 for 27. I mean, those are the numbers. I thought our guys fought hard. I did not think that, we handled the frustration really well. And that's why I think one mistake, one bad play in that stretch kept leading to another. And then I thought we fought hard in the second half, but they just had an answer. They had an answer for everything.
Mark?
Stan, you'd beaten them, I know regular season, just regular season, but you had beaten them 3 out of 4 over 2 seasons. Were they different in the finals?
Well, I mean, I've said this before. I said the same thing going into the Cleveland series, even though we ended up winning it. I don't put a lot of stock in the regular season when it comes to the playoffs. I mean, it's just different. I mean, everything about it is different. Plus, when you're talking about somebody from the West Coast, you play them twice a year. So, yeah, we'd won 3 out of 4. All 4 games were real close, And then we had 3 close ones in this series, but they beat the hell out of us twice. So, were they different? I mean, they played better than they did in the regular season, but I don't know if that's like a big surprise, really. I mean, I thought they were really playing well at the end of the year. Obviously, the last 2 games of the Denver series and throughout our series, I thought they played really well.
Well, I'll ask another way. How good are they?
Well, they just won the championship, so they're obviously the best team in the league and pretty damn good. I mean, first of all, how many games they win in a regular season,
65.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't happen very often. Okay, so they're a damn good team. I mean, and and like I said before the game, it's a hard thing. I know we didn't play well tonight, but it's always a hard thing to sort out. How much of it is you playing poorly and how much of it them playing well. I don't have the total answer to that, but I think when you get to this point and a team wins a championship, you have to give them the credit. I think is the proper thing to do, more than bemoan the way we played. I thought they were terrific.
Chris?
Stan, Phil Jackson now has 10 championships, most in NBA history. In your opinion, is it fair to call him the greatest coach in league history?
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, I mean, some of the stuff is almost incomprehensible, okay? I think if I'm right, the guy's won 51 playoff series now. Check your record book and see how many coaches have even won 50 playoff games. Okay, it's fewer than 20. And the guy's won 51 playoff series. All right, I mean, it's incomprehensible.
You think people make too much out? I mean, obviously he had great players, but people give him short shrift because he did have Michael Jordan and Kobe and Shaq and stuff.
You know, I would say this, Chris. First of all, I don't think people give him short shrift. That maybe, you know, you'll hear the comment he had great players. First of all, I don't know of a team that's ever won it once that doesn't have great players. I mean, tell me the team that didn't have great players that won a championship. I'm unaware. Okay, and yeah, he's had great players, but the guy wins all the time. I mean, you know, if you have Kobe and those guys and you're losing, okay, maybe they can talk about it. The damn guy's winning all the time. I mean, you can't give him short shrift. I mean, look, I don't know Phil Jackson at all. I mean, you guys all know him better than I do. I don't know him at all, but damn, I mean, you look at the guy's record, I mean, it's undeniable.
Back left. Stan, is it too early after this series to compare LeBron and Kobe? You've seen both of them in back-to-back series.
You know what? I don't get into that anyway. I said it. It's great players. My standard answer on that, and you know, you can say I'm bailing on the question, but it's actually true. When you get to guys like that, you want to compare the two of them. What I always say is, you pick first, I'll take second pick, and I'll be happy as hell. Those guys are great, great players. So, you know, trying to distinguish between the two of them to me is, you know, they're both pretty damn good.
Thanks. Last two questions, Mark and Brian in the front.
What's this ride been like for you to go farther with a team than you ever have, but also be in the crosshairs probably more than you ever have?
You know, I don't know right now, to be honest. I just, you know, maybe in a day, 2 days, a week, whatever, maybe I can reflect a little. Right now, it's just all disappointment right now.
And sorry if you've been asked this already. The second quarter, they really seemed to turn it on there. Trevor making a lot of plays. Was that really where it turned?
Yeah, that's what I said, Brian. I thought, even though the 13 turnovers for the game isn't outlandish, I thought I mean, they scored 30 points, but I thought our offensive play in the second quarter, we were not able to execute and handle the ball against them, and we bunched our mistakes, turnovers and bad shots, and they got off on that run. And then, you know, what I had said before you came in, I thought in the second half we played better and we fought hard, but they just always had an answer. We just could not get over the top. I mean, Lamar stuck, I thought, a couple of big threes, and you know, we just couldn't get anything going. They had an answer for everything. I thought our guys competed very hard, and you know, other than a 6-minute stretch in the second quarter, I didn't even think we played that badly, but we just didn't have an answer.
Stan, what do you take from this season?